So this one is next greater element 2. We also solved this problem last week. It's the same problem, but here you have the circular array. You are still trying to find next greater element. So for 1, the next greater element is 2. For 2, there is no element actually. So it will be -1. And for 1, it's not ending here. That's the thing. It will continue to roll. So it's a circular. So after 1, you will start looking to the leftmost guy. Then you will look into the next guy towards right. And again, we have a value which is greater than it. So it's 2. So that's the solution. Okay. So it's the same problem. Only thing, there is a trick here, which we talked during the previous session. So guys who have already went through this, they may know it. Can someone talk about it? So you had this value.
I can talk about it, like if no one is. So
Yeah, sure. Your answer should be 2, -1, and 2. So while Gaurav is talking about it, I will take 2 minutes break. I will grab water and then Gaurav, please continue.
okay, sure. So now the array is circular. So there are like two different approaches. We have, the question says we have to figure out the next greater element. So from the Rogers session, it's very clear that we have to create a monotonic decreasing stack to figure out the next greater element. Now, the only difference is if the array is circular, okay, how you can go beyond one, like 1 to 1, and then so we talked about two different approaches last time. The given array, we can iterate, we can create a copy of that array. Um, so we can have a array as 1 to 1, and then replicate that array again 1 to 1, which will be kind of consuming, if the size of the array is n, the array that we construct should be the size of 2n. The first half will contain 1 to 1, and then the second half we will like replicate the same array. So it will give you a linear array of size 2n, but the elements after the half are the same as elements in the first half. So we will kind of like roll to the starting index. The other way around is we can manipulate the indexes when we are traversing from 0 to 2n, 2n minus 1. If the index goes beyond the array length, then we can do a modulus of modulus with the length n. Those are the two, I believe,
Yeah,
patterns.
yeah, you're right. So what I'm trying to demonstrate, the concept, why that works a little bit, like mentally, hopefully it will work. So the only problem in this current approach is, other than the previous problem, is things are circular. So while I'm working for this guy, I will look at this, 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 right? So what I'm looking at is 1, 2, 1. When I'm working at index 2, what I will be looking at is this, this, and this, right? So when I'm working at here, my numbers are 2, 1, 1, right? Now when I'm working for this guy at this place, I will look at this, this, and this. So when I'm working here, I will be looking at 1, 1, 2. if you merge these three things, what you are going to get? 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, right? This is just like a clock. Like, so when we are saying that we will add two arrays back to back, this is what we are anyway getting when you will try to add these things. Just one extra value, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, right? Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So now the problem is same. We have already solved this problem, that if you are given this array and you can calculate values like, you know, the answer for this, then that's the problem. The only thing is what is same. The thing is this 0 index, 1 index, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we can say that 0 and 3 actually mean the same thing. 1 and 4 mean the same. 2 and 5 mean the same. Because on that clock, you will see actually they are the same values. They are the exact same, guys. So when we are calculating answer, we have to still, my result is still this 3 value. Like, you know, they only have these index 0, 1, 2. So when I get an answer for 3, I have to make sure that I'm updating value 0. For 4, if I get some answer, I will still update 1. For 5, I will still update 2. And that you can figure out using the mod operation, right? Because why 0 and 3 will be similar? Three, remainder 3.
Mod 3.
Yeah. Same 4, 3, 5, 3. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So with this simple trick, we have solved already this problem. So we can look at the code very quickly and we can move on, because there are harder problems later and we have solved this. And I think we have already, like, you know, gone through this idea. Simple problem, same thing. We are going through this monotonic decreasing stack. Now we are going through like array of 2 into n length. And the only difference is we are making sure that we put the value whenever it is, like, you know, reaching more than 3 or more than actually 2, the value which are actually in the array. So 3 will get transformed to 0, 4 to 1, and so on. Similarly, while popping out, we are just updating that result value. Go through this example with like, you know, on your own, and I think it should be pretty easy to solve this problem. All right. So we solved these 4 problems. These were kind of very direct in, like, you know, implementation of the theory we just read.